And our daddy of deeper life, Daddy Kumuyi said God is going to use Tinubu to fix Nigeria, revitalize the economy and all. Our daddy, they talk about politics before. I don't know how you take talk go reach there this time. They puma for politics matter before. You see, the problem is no be who God will use, now be the issue. The problem is not who God can use the devil to do his bidding. So it's not who God can use. You understand? Perhaps we that are not batified, it's not that we don't want a good economy. We want good economy. Even the batified people want good economy. You understand? But what we are talking about is you cannot steal somebody something and then tell the person that the person is going to handle it well. When we all know that the mandate was stolen from Obi and he is out to restore the mandate. We are not saying God cannot use Tinubu, in as much as some people are even waiting for him to fail so that they will not use it to mock another people that we told them so. We saw it coming. That is not how some of us are expecting it to be. You understand? But as long as there is still chances for the person we voted for, the person we believe that is the man of the people, the person we choose to be in office, that is the chances we are looking at. Not be who God will use or who God no go use. Irrespective of who is on the throne, God can use anybody he pleases, and anybody he wants to use, he can use. You understand? So our daddy, we no oppose you. We no say God no go use, but at least make the right person. Make the right person hold up, please. Watch the
Rise News. Well, all right. Well, let's begin what's trending. There's been mixed reactions following comments made by the General Superintendent of the Deeper Life Christian Ministry, Pastor William Kumuyi, who on Tuesday said that God will use President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to build Nigeria. Kumuyi spoke with journalists in Oshogbo ahead of the Global Crusade program of his ministry. The cleric also urged Nigerians to forget the past and support the new ministers recently appointed by the president and believe that God will also use them as instruments to build Nigeria.
Those ministers that have been chosen in the cabinet, they are not new people that have never done anything. If you look at them one by one, you'll see the good things they've done, either as state governments in the past, state governors rather, or as other ministers. And they have been, I would say, carefully chosen. If we support them, if we are not, criticizing every step and they don't know where to stand, if we accept them and we believe that God will work through them, he'll use them as instruments to build our nation, let's forget the past. This is a new day. And I believe, and we all believe, we're going to see new things for our country through our president and through the members of the cabinet. Good things will happen.
Well, unfortunately, I think it's that part that he said, forget the past, that got a lot of people talking. Let me take some reactions. This person wrote, was it not the same thing you said during Buhari's tenure, sir? We're beginning to doubt your integrity. And that's a picture, I believe that was from Premium Times, when he said that God would give Buhari solution to Nigeria's problems in 2017. Another Twitter user there goes, new things don't happen with faulty foundations. And the Bible said Elijah repaired the altar that was brought down by Jezebel. It was on this basis that Elijah was able to call down fire. You don't call for fire when the altar is broken. The foundation through which this government came in is faulty, and new things can't happen. Your constituent, Ayo, I'm coming to you because, by the way, Ayo you're a pastor, aren't you?
Yes, I'm proudly so. I'm a Christian, and so I find it interesting that I must say that Pastor Kumuyi is a man that I respect a lot.
Yes.
And he's been in the faith, he's been a leader in the faith for many years. And I like that the tweet actually drew the fact that he's been consistent in his message. What do you expect from a pastor whose message is on forgiveness and healing? And I don't. Did you expect him to come out and say, no, punish him? And then you're teaching the Bible to a man who is a scholar in that, so he probably knows what he's saying. The Bible enjoins Christians to pray for their leaders, and so in line with that, he's asked us that, okay, no matter what happens, one thing people of faith always say is that no matter the economy is going to favor me, God can use anybody, even the devil, to promote his action. So I think it's important to highlight that. He's a dealer in hope as well. They often say that pastors are dealers in hope. They are there to give hope to people. He's not there to make people feel even more despondent and feel absolutely terrible. So he's worked and acted in his office. He's spoken according to his faith. Anyone can disagree with him. That's everybody's right. But whether it's Buhari, whether it's Tinubu, his position is to pray for those in authority, to hope that God will use them and that it would work well for Nigeria, which he did. So.
Yes, absolutely. I know you wanted to say something.
I completely agree with Ayo. As a Christian, your position is always going to be pray for your leaders, hope that they do well. And I know that I can very clearly say there are people I did not vote for in Nigeria, but I still want them to do well. I know that a few of my friends will say, and I will agree with as well. There is still a case in court regarding this government.
Right.
So until that is resolved, it's going to be difficult for anybody to completely throw their weight behind the current government. So in view of that, we'll say wait. But during that waiting period, don't you want President Tinubu to do well for Nigeria? Do you want Nigeria to go to war because he's not being affirmed by the Supreme Court yet? Do you want Nigeria to go to shreds and pieces during the time? So the waiting time as well, there's still got to be prayers. During that waiting time, there's still got to be prayers to support to make sure that the nation does well. And if the